All right, guys, Papa Pepper back again. I had some thoughts for you guys I was going to share. Been dealing with all sorts of stuff lately, online and offline, and just kind of talking about actions, consequences, choices people make, things like that. Because if you look out into the world, there's always going to be various negative influences around us. There's always going to be people accusing us, trying to provoke us, trying to interact with us on some sort of level that would generally be considered negative. And a lot of times people take the bait. A lot of times somebody provokes you, you respond. They antagonize you, you lash out in anger. They tear into you, you jump down their throat. Pretty much they poke you, you poke them back. They try to stab you, you shoot them. It goes from there. And there's too much of that in the world today. A lot of times people they repay evil for evil. They take matters into their own hands. They become really almost worse than the person who started the deal. But we have another option. And really, whatever wrong somebody may do to you, if you know that something is wrong, it doesn't justify you then returning it to them. People call things the golden rule, say other things, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It doesn't say do unto others as they have done to you. So let's say somebody wrongs you. What are your options? Well, sure, wrong them back, right? And then they'll be like, hey, they wronged me. And then they'll wrong you back, right? You'll be like, hey, they wronged me. And you wrong them back. Total opportunity for you to do that. A lot of people would probably encourage you to do that in the world. And unfortunately, it's just the way too many things go. But what if somebody wrongs you and you choose to forgive them? It's not saying what they did was right. It was wrong. It wasn't right. But it's probably the way you would want to be treated. And unfortunately, too often I see out there in the world, online and other places, where pretty much somebody does something. And they do something that everyone knows is wrong. They know is wrong. And they point to somebody else and they say, well, they made me do it, or they provoked me, or they this. And I sometimes speak and use certain words like sin. I'll say, the sin of one person doesn't justify the sin of another's. Just because somebody did something wrong to you doesn't make it right for you to wrong them. Hear that? If they wrong you, it doesn't make it right for you to wrong them. So one thing that I try to live out in my life, like I said, both online and off, is a certain amount of forgiveness, a certain amount of leeway, a certain amount of understanding, a certain amount of whatever somebody else may do. I still got to stand accountable and responsible for how I choose to react to that. I can blast people hard. I can get in situations. I can choose to be way meaner and wickeder and more evil than people ever have been to me. I can do that. I don't have to. I don't have to choose to do that. But we all have that capability. So what I try to live out, as I said, is just something different that this world has to offer. And my encouragement to you guys is to consider these things. Think about when people speak evil of you. What's the best thing to do? Go speak evil of them? Think of when people attack you. What's the best thing to do? Defend yourself by attacking them? Think about when people wrong you. You're going to make it right by wronging them? You can answer that for yourself, but I think you know where I'm going with this. So really, I just wanted to gather some thoughts. Like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of things. There's a certain way I try to handle things, and there's certain reminders that I need myself. So this can bless some of you guys out there. Hopefully it can. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. And in the end, like I said, nobody can make you do anything. You have to choose to do it before it'll ever happen. So food for thought. Pop out.